Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This morning I'm making Greek cheese biscuits to go with some chicken that we're going to have. I want to get these done before I do the chicken. You're going to have to grease a baking sheet for these, and we're going to be making 16 biscuits. And I just think they'll go nice together. All right, so we need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. Did I get my measuring cups out? No, I did everything else but. As you can see, a lot of flour is used when you start going into the kitchen. I mean, you can't get away from it. That's why it's good that you know your grains, because you can actually see just how much I do use. And this is just making simple meals and a few desserts. All right, to this we're going to add a tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of baking powder. All right, now that adds up actually to 4 teaspoons if you wish to make it easier for you. You're going to need salt, which is a 1/2 teaspoon. And you're going to need oregano, which is going to be 2 teaspoons. I'm going to fit in there. Okay. They want us to mix this up, and then we're going to be putting some butter in here. Now first we're going to put in a tablespoon of wheat germ and 2 tablespoons of powdered milk to bring the nutritional value up. It won't affect it. Don't worry, I'm going to be turning my oven on in a minute. Okay, now we're going to mix this, and don't forget to turn your oven on to 450. I know a lot of you get confused because if I'm adding milk to something, why am I adding the powdered milk? Because powdered milk has been dried to the liquid and it's added extra protein into it. And I use a lot of wheat germ in breads, and if not in breads, but definitely in biscuits and muffins and stuff, because that has the B vitamins. Because if you read in rich flour, there's a lot of B vitamins, but they only add 2 or 3, and that causes the other ones to go out of balance. So I'm always adding, trying to balance things out. Now, they want 1/4 of a cup of chilled butter. That is 1/2 stick. And you're going to use 2 knives or a pastry cutter. I'd strongly get a pastry cutter. It's so much easier, you know, than 2 knives. And they're not very expensive. I mean, I've had this one for years. It's falling apart, and I keep on using it anyway. It's just so handy. Now you're going to cut this butter, and like I said, I'm using a pastry cutter. And they come in all different sizes. You don't have to get one like this, because this one's a very old one.
That's not going to go well with me. Okay, they want you now to mix 3/4 of a cup with 3/4 of a cup of crumbled feta cheese together. Now I know, point blank, mine's already crumbled, but it dang well ain't going to mix with the milk. So they want me to do that. I'll do it. And this should have 3/4 of a cup of milk. Now 3 ounces is about 3/4 of a cup. This is 4 ounces. Okay. Sometimes I question recipes. Probably gonna tell me to do it well. I bet you. Yep. Don't I know my recipes? Now they say to mix the cheese up with the milk here. It's not going anywhere. Pour it all in. I would have put the cheese in first, coating it with flour, but take a fork. After you make a roll in the center, pour it in. Start throwing the flour in and mixing this up. Because the flour will be sitting on the edges, just work it in. And then you'll end up with a nice dough. But they do stress fork. Do it with a fork. I can see why they want you to knead it a bit. You're gonna need some flour on your counter or your wherever you're working. If you're working on your table or counter. Let me see if I can take my glasses off and just work through it. 1-inch one. Everybody appreciate. Okay, I don't need these anymore. I want you to knead this a little bit, so that's what I'm doing. About a minute or so. I guess that's to work that cheese in. Because when you work in your hands, it starts to melt that cheese, so it'll be throughout. I'm going to pat this about a 1/2 inch thick. They want a 2-inch biscuit cutter. Oh, to the lady who asked me where do I get my pots and pans from, my husband got them for me. We used to get them from the Baker's catalog. What was the other one? He'd go to Macy's. He would go, where else did he go? Big department stores have them.
J.C. Penney has them. You can also get them online as well by typing in Cuisinart or All Clad pots and pans, and it'll come up on Google where you can buy them, because where we pick them up, and now some of the businesses are out, so I don't even know where to get some of them from. But do look there.
And I do apologize for not writing that down for you, but I was busy and I forgot to answer your question in that part, and I do apologize. They do not want these biscuits to touch, so give them a little bit of space. Now, when you pick these pieces up, they have extra flour on them. Just shake them a bit and a lot of the flour will fall off of them. So then these won't be as heavy. You'll see me do that a lot. Shake it with my fingers slightly open. So excess flour can fall off. Ooh. 12, 16, 17. Yeah, it makes about anywhere. They say it makes 16. Yeah, I got 16, 17. I got one extra. I'm shaping it up right now. Right there. That is full. Oh, hold on a minute. So you can see an oven is used a lot when you cook. All right, these are going to cook 12 to 15 minutes. So I will see you then. Okay, it's been 15 minutes. We're going to find out. Check them and test them. Here's the bottom, so they weren't overcooked, you see. These are tests that you actually go through. Little text. Now we're gonna look at the texture. How's that for texture? You'll see little specks of cheese in it, which is cute. And you think, oh, they're not done. They are done, but that's the little specks of the cheese. Now we're gonna try it. The oregano and the feta go together very, very, very well. I'm just enjoying this, and you can smell it as you go to eat it. You can smell the feta cheese and the oregano right under your nose. It's really nice. And when you get the cheese, you have that little twang of feta cheese, because feta cheese is goat cheese. These are very nice. I am not gonna lie, I can't wait to have it with the chicken that I'm gonna be fixing. Take care and have a lovely day.